Today, we're going to talk about everybody's favorite art supply. Alcohol markers. So I had a company reach out to me, this company called Parkoo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's my best guess, so I'm trying, sorry. But they reached out to me and they wanted me to review their alcohol markers. So they sent me this set, so thank you Parkoo for sending me this set. I'm very excited to try it out and to review it. It's a set of 80 markers, and honestly, I was very surprised to receive this box the way that I did. I mean, the packaging art marker for alcohol markers that aren't Copics, it's phenomenal. I think the packaging is great. I like that it's, you know, it's a sturdy case and it has a little handle. You can carry it with you wherever. On the back, it does say it's quick drying, alcohol-based ink, waterproof, non-toxic, smear-proof, and fade resistant. It is dual tip, you know, and it's basically just like every other kind of off-brand art marker, alcohol marker that you're gonna get. But I do have very high hopes for these because, like, I'm just so impressed by the packaging thus far that I don't know, like I'm excited. So let's open this up and see what we've got. Oh my god, ow. Ow! So, opening this up, we have 80 markers. It's a set of 80. Does it come with a colorless blender? I'm not seeing a colorless blender, but there are quite a few colors, and I'm seeing some really light grays that could probably honestly work. Do not come at me in the comments for saying you can't use a light gray to be a blender, because I've done it before and I think it works just fine, so there. I've not ordered a lot of alcohol markers. I have some Copics, I have a set of Ohuhu markers, and then I have these. So I don't have a ton of them, but I think this is the only one I've received so far to actually come with a paper to swatch the colors on, so I really, really like that. I don't know if you can see, I'll like move a few markers, but down in there, you can't see that, okay. Try maybe like here. Down in there, you can kind of sort of see maybe that the markers have like individual slots. So they actually have spots. I guess I just said that. But they're not just like all loose in here. They have slots for the individual marker to keep them in their place, which I think is great. I love that, honestly. I like that they're labeled. A lot of them don't really seem to have any particular like color theme or scheme or whatever you want to call it like Copic does. It's just kind of a number and a name, but to me, like, that's fine. I don't really care. So with this marker, we do get a fine nib, and then we get a chisel nib. So no brush nib on this marker, but that's okay. I don't really care. I know a lot of people prefer to have the brush nib. To me, I don't use alcohol markers too often, so I'm not really, like, it's a marker, you know, I don't really care if it has a brush nib. Brush nibs are preferable. I'm contradicting myself. I like the brush nib, but if it doesn't have the brush nib, it's not the end of the world for me, okay? Let's put it that way. I am very interested in trying these markers. I think, like I said, I'm very impressed so far. I mean, the barrel shape is like that triangular shape. It's got the little nibs on there. I don't really know what it's for, but I like them. I like how it looks. I like that the fine point end of the marker has that little gray line around it, so you know right away without having to look at the symbol that it is the fine end. And I thought it would be interesting to not only review these, but to also compare them to my Ohuhu set that I have. So, like I said, this company sent them to me for free, so again, thank you Parkoo. But if you want to know how much these are, let me look. I have to look. I'm not prepared for this, obviously. So I just Googled it, or I just looked this up on Amazon because I obviously wasn't prepared to do this. I just kind of sat down and was excited to use these markers, so I just was like, let's go. But they did come, they did let me know that they ship from Amazon. So they only ship within the United States right now, but they come from the Amazon facility. So that's where these, you know, arrive from. They came in a Prime pack, in a Prime package, and the 80 pack, which is this one, I don't think they have any other packs. I think they just sell the 80 set. They have a bunch of other art supplies as well, but like they have pens and things like that, but this particular set was $36.99 US, and then if you have, you know, Amazon Prime, then the shipping's free, but then if not, I don't know what to tell you because I have Prime, so I never pay attention to shipping. So far, the quality that this at least looks is like phenomenal for the price. I mean, in comparison, if you got an 80 set of Ohuhu markers, again, let me look up the price because I'm not sure. Okay, so an 80 set of Ohuhu markers is roughly the same price. It is $39 American, but the Ohuhu set does not come in like this plastic container. It comes in like a little felt bag. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. I would show it to you, but I don't even think we have it anymore. Like, we just bought a marker, like, you know, like the trays that you can put markers in to store them. We just bought that for those because I didn't like keeping it in the little felt bag, so that's what we did. But they're very comparable in price, but honestly, as far as quality goes, I think these are more worth it thus far. So, like, you know, first impression, these are really good, but we won't actually know how good they are until I actually try them. So let's get to swatching. Let's see how they work, and then we will go from there. I can already tell you that this is going to be some sloppy swatching because I have had coffee this morning and I am shaken. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. It's coming off. We're fine. So I just got done swatching these. As you can see, there is quite a bit of variety when it comes to this set. I actually like the colors that came with it. It seems like there's quite a bit of like reds and purples, but for the most part I feel like it's pretty equal in color choices. I did swatch this kind of sloppy. It took me like a long time. I don't know why, but it took me like 40 minutes to do this, which was kind of crazy. But one thing I did notice while I was swatching these is some of the colors, like especially like the oranges and like the yellows, when I would lay them down at first, they were super, super streaky. And so at that point, I was like super worried that they were going to be not great. But then as I continued to swatch, I would look back on them and they actually kind of like filled in. I don't know. It was weird. It was like they just needed time to settle or something, but it's still a little bit patchy. Like, I don't know if it's showing up on camera very well, but overall, they're really not bad as far as just swatching them goes. Like I said, I was kind of sloppy when I did this. One thing about this set that I find particularly interesting is that, I mean, you can't really see it under there, but there's silver and gold markers, which is not usually part of an alcohol marker set, and they're obviously not alcohol based. They're pretty thick ink, like so much so that you can't even really see where it says silver and gold underneath. I mean, maybe a little, but not really. But I found that very interesting that that would be included with this set. I've never seen a set do that before, so I don't really know what to think. I think it might come in handy for some stuff, but I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to do a couple of tests where I blend them out. Now that I'm done swatching these, I think I'm going to do a couple of tests where I check their blendability, and just like, I don't know, basic things that you do with alcohol markers before I actually start doing a piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare these directly to the Ohuhu markers. So I'm going to draw out on my iPad. I'm going to do a couple more comparison tests. I'm going to bring in my Ohuhu markers and I'm going to directly compare side by side how they match up. And then at the end, I will take that drawing that I did on my iPad and I will put them kind of head to head, do the same drawing but with both sets of markers. And see how they compare to each other. We already know that Ohuhu is kind of like the baseline when it comes to cheap, like off-brand markers, but we'll see. So let's get to that. So here I have some really cheap paper that I got off Amazon. It is marker paper, and it's good for like swatching stuff, but it's not very good for like actually doing art on. So I figured I would just use this to do the swatch. I don't know exactly what the marker paper is called. Like, I don't know what the brand is. I'll have to look at it, but I'll put it in the description in case anybody wants to know. The only issue with it is it's like printer, it's thinner than printer paper, honestly, but it's still really good for swatching stuff, so I figured I would just use it for that. I had to fold it in half so that it wouldn't get on here. Not that this is clean, but whatever. I think we should start with, doing like a blending test. Let's go ahead and blend these two colors. I'm gonna do fine tip. Okay. So I'm just blending like an orange into a red. Just kind of basic stuff. Okay. Just to finish it off a little bit, I'm gonna, okay. The chisel tip definitely covers more space, obviously, but it is blending quite well, and the coverage is actually not that bad. Let's go ahead and compare that directly to Ohuhu. Ooh, Ohuhu's got that brush tip. Okay. I'm trying not to hit the table so that my camera stays still, so if I hit it and it moves, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Okay. Go over it. Okay, so indirect comparison. I tried to pick similar colors. So in this hand I have Ohuhu, this hand I have the Parkoo markers, so I tried to pick similar colors. So far my only complaint is that the art markers don't necessarily match like the colors on the lid, so like I don't know. To me, that doesn't match too well. Whereas Ohuhu matches a little bit better. But still, that's a good blend. Like you can't deny that that's good. Let's try like a 3 marker blend. Let's do that. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm not doing Copics because I don't have a whole ton of Copics. Those are expensive and your girl is poor. Okay, so I just picked out 3 art markers. Let me get That's artist. Oh, I have artist loft in here too. Oh, poop. Okay, hopefully I don't grab artist loft stuff. So these are the colors that I've chosen. I've tried to stay as similar as possible, but you know, they all kind of do their own thing with color choices. So let's give it a shot. Let's do the art markers first. We'll do, oh, I need to think about this. We'll start with this green. And then maybe I should have done it the other way. I don't know. And then we'll move into like this green. Like the paper's holding up quite well for it being, I think it was like $5 to be honest, but do that. And then the blue, maybe this isn't a good color choice. Probably not. That might be bad. Okay. Is this the right? Okay, no. You can actually see the alcohol. Why did I say that? Like, of course you can see the alcohol. Why am I dumb? So, with other colors like that, the blendability isn't like the best, but like, why would it be? I just picked dumb colors, I think. But it's not bad for what it is. I mean, okay, let's try the Ohuhu ones. Okay. Oh, that blue's much darker, so that's not a great comparison. I should have picked a lighter blue. My bad. I'm sorry. But what do you do? This is my channel. I can do what I want. So after all that being done, honestly, the Parkoo markers are doing very well, which I expected them to do at least decent, because when I was swatching them, I was like, wow, these are nice. But I'm actually quite surprised at how good they are. I mean, like, that blend, come on. I mean, yeah, they're similar colors, but look at that. Even this is not that bad. I mean, there's that little, can I fix that? Let's try to fix that. That's so Ohuhu. Seriously, that's not that bad. Like, I didn't really spend time blending this out, but I mean, in comparison to Ohuhu, I think they match up pretty well. I like these markers so far, actually. I think that they're great. I mean, you know, doesn't have a brush nib, but we can't have everything. I don't even know what else to do. We've swatched them, we've blended, we've compared. Let's go ahead and get into the art, because that's all I can think of what to do that's left. Yeah, let's make some art. Hello, hi. Welcome to the voiceover. So at this point, I'm going ahead and starting the art with the Ohuhu marker set. Like I said, I know that this is the Parkoo review, but I really just needed something to compare it to, just so I could like get an understanding of how to base everything, I guess. I don't know if that made any sense. Basically, I just needed I needed a jumping off point, and Ohuhu's were similar enough to where I felt like they were a good comparison. Also, Ohuhu was all I had in my house, so that's what I'm going with. So I don't really feel like I need to explain a whole lot of like why I'm using the Ohuhus or how they function, because like I said, this review isn't about that. So I started off with the Ohuhu set. Performed as expected. Blended really good. Brush tip is always great. I guess I could talk about the artwork a little bit. So I just wanted to do something really clean, really simple. I did this drawing on my iPad in Procreate. I just did the line work and then I printed it out on Bristol paper because I didn't feel like drawing it twice on actual paper. Plus I got a lot smoother lines doing it on my iPad, so I just kind of chose to do it that way. I was gonna insert the clip of me actually drawing it on my iPad, but that would make this video like way longer than it already is, and this video is already way long, so I didn't think I needed that. But I just wanted to keep the line work simple. I may have oversimplified it a little bit, but really the focus of this video was to see how the Parkoo markers performed. So I just wanted it to be focused on the color and the blendability and the overall look of the end result with using these markers. So that's why I stuck with such simple line work. Sorry. I don't feel like I have to explain myself. I don't know. If you're trying to say that I'm not a good artist because I did something so simple, it's not because I am a bad artist. It's because it's about the color, you know? Okay, anyways. I know that there's a lot of jump cuts in this. It's because if I didn't, this video would have been like an hour long. Like if I had left in like every single little part, this video would have been so much longer than it already is. And I know that it's long and I'm sorry, but I'm just one of those people that I feel like if I don't include everything, people are gonna comment about something and then I have to like explain myself in the comments, and that's a waste of time. So I just feel like it's easier to try to include as much information as I possibly can in the video. That way people's questions are answered, and yeah, I don't know. So overall, the Ohuhu markers, like I said, performed as expected. Really great markers for the price. I really like these markers. Like I said earlier, I used these markers because I don't have very many Copics. I do have a couple artist loft, but like that's another video and that's a whole nother idea, and I'm not gonna talk about that right now. So, I don't really know what my thoughts were with this color choice. I kind of mapped it out on my iPad, like I said, but other than that, I just kind of winged it with like the colors. I just thought it looked pretty. I just wanted really bold and bright colors to kind of show off how well the markers could perform. Going into the roses, I didn't really know what colors I wanted to do. I thought about doing like a pastel kind of set of colors, but then I don't know. I changed my mind. I just decided to go with reds and pinks. I really wanted to make the focus the moth, and I feel like I did a pretty good job with that. I really like how this piece turned out overall. It's definitely not one of my favorite things that I've ever done, but for this experiment, I really liked how it went. Like I mentioned earlier, Parkoo reached out to me, asked me to provide my honest opinion. I asked them just to make sure, like, am I supposed, because I didn't want to do this video if I was going to have to say things that I didn't think were true about the product. So I made sure ahead of time, hey, I don't like have to say, you're not gonna give me a script, right? And they said, no, we want your honest opinion. We just want to know what you think about the product, and we're just gonna send it to you for free. And I was like, cool, okay. So I personally didn't mind the markers. I'm not sure that there's something I would have like picked over the Ohuhu markers, but for a cheaper marker that is in direct competition with Copic, I mean, let's be real, they're really not that bad. I like how they performed. They did have the bullet nib. Didn't really mind that too much. It was kind of, I don't want to say irritating because it really wasn't that bad, but like when I have to fill in like bigger areas with them, wasn't the worst, you know. Would have been better if you had a brush nib because it covers more area quicker, but for me it's not a deal breaker. I don't really care. Like I said, a lot of jump cuts in here. I'm just kind of watching this footage as I'm talking. A lot of jump cuts. I kind of figured y'all would get the idea of how I was blending these things out, and I've noticed, like, especially right now, I'm noticing there's a lot of areas that don't look blended out very well, and I don't know if it was the paper I was using or what, but it was very weird with how some of it blended. Some of it blended really well. Other parts of the artwork, not so much. I don't really know what was going on. It seemed like it took a while for the alcohol to like spread out a little bit, so then it took a little bit longer for the colors to actually blend together. In the end, they did end up blending pretty well. I mean, especially with the Ohuhu. I'm trying to think what to say. I should have written stuff down, but I didn't. I just kind of jumped into this and was like, let's go, because let's be honest, it's been 2 months since I put out a video. I need to do something. Oh, I wanted to talk about that as well. I know this is kind of off topic and I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm sorry about that, but I have a lot to say. So, I know that I haven't put out a video in a long time, and I'm very sorry, but my last video got an overwhelmingly positive response, and it performed much better than I could have ever hoped. So I just want to take this second to thank you guys for that, because that's honestly amazing, and I'm thrilled that you guys really liked it. And there was a lot of comments and questions, and overall I think it's best if I do a part 2 to that video. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, probably sometime soon, but there were so many responses and questions, and you guys pointed out a lot of things that I missed, and so just as a general response to that, I am going to make a part 2 to that video. I am going to answer more questions. I'm going to do a little bit more experimentation with it, but yeah, look for that in the future. I just wanted to say that. I also just wanted to say thank you guys for your support, because in like a month, I went from no subscribers to like 500. So I really want to say thank you for that, because I never dreamed that I would get this many subscribers this quickly. And I'm really so grateful for it. It's, you know, doing YouTube as a job, which is what I wanted to do, because I love the idea of being able to create artwork and be exposed on the internet and do these things for a living. It can become a reality for me soon, and I'm so appreciative, because without you guys, that's not even possible, so thank you. Anyways, back to the drawing. I am finished here with the Ohuhu. Here's how it looks. I think it looks great. That teal blue thing was a last minute thing, and like the circle behind it, I like how it came out. I think it looks really, really good. There are some swatches, and you can kind of see the graphite from my pencil. Sorry, I tried my best. But that's the Ohuhu, and like I said, that's just the baseline, so I could get an idea of how these Parkoo markers are going to perform. Into the Parkoo. So I did a little more jump cuts with this footage, only because you just saw me do everything, like you watched me blend it out, and you watched kind of my technique with how I use alcohol markers. And I don't want to hear that I'm doing it wrong, because this is how I do it. So don't tell me in the comments that I'm doing it wrong, because this is how I do it, and I think it works just fine. So my first impression, they were actually blending very well. It did take quite a bit of work to get it to blend, but they did. I mean, they did overall blend. It maybe took a couple of tries, but they did blend very well. At least I thought that they came out really good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. I try to keep the colors consistent. With Ohuhu, I didn't have as many colors as I did with the Parkoo, obviously, because it's, you know, it's a different company, and they kind of pick colors differently, and I think I had less Ohuhu markers than I did the Parkoo, so I try to keep the colors consistent. It might be a little bit off here and there, but I mean, overall, it's the same kind of color idea. yeah, so like I said, it took quite a bit of work to get them to blend, but they did blend. Ooh, I wanted to talk about this part. So I put in those little like lines on the wings or whatever to make it look like, ooh, cute detail. It didn't work. I regretted doing it on the Ohuhu piece, but then I felt like if I didn't also do it on this piece, it would look weird. So I just want to say right now, didn't like how it turned out, but I felt for the sake of consistency, I had to do it on this one. So I just want to make that clear. Don't like it, but it's there. So I guess I have to deal with it. I don't know. I also felt with the roses on this piece that the blend wasn't as seamless. I don't know if it was the colors that I picked. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know what went on. It just seemed like like I said on the Ohuhu piece, in some places it blended just fine, and in others, not so much. It also seemed like it took a long time to get everything to blend. Like I had to go over and over and over it in some spots, and in other spots it blended together just fine. So not really sure what happened to there. I'm guessing it's probably just the paper I used, because like I said, I just printed this out on Bristol paper, so that's probably what it is. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I really liked these markers. I did. Would I pick them over Ohuhu? Probably not. But if like they were there, like they were my option and that's what I had to pick from, I would use them and I could make them work. Obviously I did. I did make them work. I mean, look at my drawing. I mean, I'm not claiming it's the best drawing, but I'm saying it worked, okay? I don't know what else to say about these markers, man. I like them. I don't know. They're not that bad. They're roughly the same price as Ohuhu. I think Ohuhu was like a couple of dollars more. I don't know. I mentioned it earlier in this video, but I've already forgotten. I've been thinking about doing a giveaway. I have a lot of art supplies in my studio that sit untouched, and honestly, a lot of them are unopened, and so I was thinking if I hit 1,000 subscribers, it's soon, I would do a 1K giveaway. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Also, I want to know what you think about these markers. I had never heard of this brand before. They just reached out to me. I thought it was a scam. I got scared. I was like, oh no. They were like, give us your address. And I was like, should I? I don't know. I did, and everything's fine, obviously, but like, I don't know, man. I was scared for a minute. I didn't know if I was gonna do this, but I'm glad I did, because now I know that these markers are actually not that bad. God, I am all over the place in this. I am so sorry. I really should have written like a script or something, but you know what? Too late for that. I'm already talking, so this is the best I can do. I tried my best with shading. Not the best at it, but you know, you get what you get. Sorry. Overall, in the end, I thought these markers were great. Well, maybe not great, but I thought they were good. For what they were, and even the chisel nib. Like I did use the chisel nib a couple of times, like especially in these bigger areas, just so I could also say that I tried it. It works pretty well. I don't really have any complaints with these markers. They're a little streaky, some of them were a little dry, but I feel like that can be true of any alcohol marker, so I think if you are really looking into buying these markers, it's absolutely an option, but at the end of the day, I think I would choose Ohuhu over them, but still a good marker. And here's the finished result. I talked too much. Sorry, here it is. So pretty. Cool. Okay, so here we have the end results. Over here is the Ohuhu drawing, and over here is the Parkoo drawing. And overall, I think that these are pretty similar. I mean, there's pros and cons to both of them. I'm gonna keep this short because this video is already long enough. Blendability, like this on the Parkoo looks really good. On the Ohuhu, maybe I didn't try as hard, or maybe they just weren't as good. I don't know. But what I do know is that I am very happy with how both pieces came out. I think that these markers are very comparable. In the end, like I said, I would pick Ohuhu, I think, but Parkoo, it really isn't, it's not that bad. As far as bleeding through the paper goes, they both bleed. I think any alcohol marker does. I think that's just to be expected, but I still like how these turned out. I can definitely see where there's like color differences. I mean, I couldn't get exact matches, which is fine, but I think comparing both of them, they both look good. I like them, I do. So in the end, the Parkoo markers, I think they did a really good job. I like them a lot. If you want to get your own Parkoo markers, I will leave a link in the description where you can purchase those. I'm pretty sure you can only get them on Amazon right now. I don't know if you can buy them direct through their website, but I do know that they only ship to the US and I think maybe Canada. Not sure on that one, but I'll put it in the description. I think I'm going to do a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So once we get there, I will come out with a video. I mean, obviously I'm going to come out with videos in the meantime, but I'm rambling. I will come out with a video when I hit 1,000 subscribers giving more details about the giveaway, and if you want to enter, so keep that in mind. Please make sure to subscribe. I try to come out with new videos as often as I can. These last couple of months I've had some stuff going on, so I haven't really been able to record or anything, but I finally got to it, so here you go. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah. Subscribe, comment, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. I don't really know what those do. I don't really care. But I am appreciative of all of you that have given me your support and have subscribed. I really appreciate you, and I just want to thank you so much. I will see you probably next week. I don't really have a schedule down yet, so I guess I'll figure that out. I mean, I probably should, but I'll try to be here next week, or if anything, the week after. Let me know what you think. I will leave, like I said, products used and links in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye!